Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the channel updates and my ranting a little bit. I know I do this probably once a year or maybe even twice a year, but I felt it was high time that I come to you with some channel updates on where at michellefondinauthor YouTube channel is going, where it's at now, where I see it heading into the future, into the horizon, and maybe why you will see a slowdown of videos published on this channel. So if you're interested in any of that, do stay tuned. I've got my Grogu Tumblr per usual for the vlog type videos. I've got some Vata tea inside of this Grogu tumbler, and it is piping hot, as you can see by the steam coming off the top of the tumbler. I'm gonna take a little sip here. All right, so we're just gonna get started. If you are new, welcome! Thanks for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and everyone, thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. So I'm gonna be super casual during this video, which is the channel update, because honestly, I know that the only people that are gonna watch this channel update video are those who are super interested in my YouTube channel. So I know it's all of you hardcore followers or fans or viewers or whatever you wanna call yourself. And so I'm just gonna be casual with you guys. Like I'm having a cup of tea with my friends out there. And I know that those of you that are always watching my channel, or you've been following me for quite some time, or even maybe following me since 2018 or 2019, I mean, thank you. Thank you. And as I say every single time I give an update, more recently, of course, right? In the past, I'd say probably since like 2020, 2021, every time I give an update, I kind of say the same thing. When I started doing twin flame videos in 2019, which was February of 2019, which means I've been doing twin flame videos now for over 4 years. That's insanity to me. It's insanity to me to post about a similar / same topic for 4 entire years. That's a long time. And I know a lot of YouTubers out there do 10 years of content, 11 years of content. There aren't probably too many YouTubers out there doing more than 11 or 12 years because of the genesis of YouTube and when people really started posting on YouTube. But most channels that are, you know, the OGs of YouTube aren't really more than about 12 years old, maybe 13, right? But not much more than that. And I know that certain people out there that are doing YouTube for that long have posted the same type of content for that long. However, to me, when I think about like TV series, and there aren't many TV series that focus on the exact same show, the exact same topic for more than 4 years, it's rare, right? It happens, but it's actually rare. And I think that I have reached the point of fatigue in talking about twin flames. I've pretty much covered every single solitary topic about twin flames that there is to cover. I know I could reproduce videos that were already done by me in the earlier days, but I just don't feel the need. Like the videos I did and the content that I produced on each of the various twin flame topics were really good. I mean, go back and view my videos. If you just type in twin flame guidance, or you go back to any video in 2019, early 2020, you will see how good that content was. It's authentic, it's real, it's raw. I say it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. It's good content. So it's still relevant to today if you are just now embarking upon the twin flame journey, if you're just now getting into the thick of things, getting into the dark night of the soul. So on the one hand, I feel that I've exhausted most of the twin flame topics. I just do. I feel like I've done it. I've been through it. I've explained it, and there's not much more to say on the topic. That's what I feel. I feel that there's just not a whole lot more to say than what I've already said. I have over 1,400 videos on my YouTube channel. Maybe, okay, let me rephrase that. I probably have close to 1,400 videos. Now, a lot of those are shorts, a lot of those are readings, but for the most part, there's also a lot of content that is what we refer to as evergreen content, meaning it's going to be relevant 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. It's still going to be relevant, right? So when we talk about my most viewed video, the 14 signs to know if you're a twin flame, that's going to be pretty relevant, even if someone views it 20 years from now. Now, it may not be exact because the world changes and people change and people become more awakened, but more or less, it's going to stay relevant to what is a twin flame and how you feel when you meet your twin flame. So that evergreen content is still going to be there, but I do feel like I just need to take the channel in a different direction. And I mentioned this probably 6 months ago when I did an update video for the channel as well. And I said it was going to be a slow move into a different direction. It's not like I'm going to speedy quick change topics, because that's just not the way it works on YouTube. It's very hard to do that because YouTube doesn't know what to do with your material if it doesn't know what audience to serve. It's very dumb, right? The algorithm is smart, but it's dumb at the same time. The other reason why I feel like it's a good time now to pivot topics, and when I say pivot topics, it's like I want to address more spiritual concepts and concepts that are directly related to the books that I'm writing and the books that I've already written. The reason for that is because when I write a book, it's obviously a topic that is interesting to me. It's obviously a topic that I've dove deeply into, because if I hadn't dove deeply into that topic, then I wouldn't be writing a book on it. So I feel that in order for me to produce deep and relevant content to the books that I'm writing, it's best that if I do those types of things on YouTube that are directly related to the books that I am currently writing or have written in the past. And I do feel that I'm going full circle, because originally I had produced videos on my YouTube channel to support my business. I had a yoga business at the time that I started producing videos on YouTube. But then when I published my first book in 2014, I started publishing videos to support material for the books that I was publishing. And I feel like I'm coming full circle now to provide support videos for the books that I'm publishing. And there are many reasons for this. The first reason is I was feeling something wrong, if you will, not about my personal content, but I was feeling something wrong about the spiritual community, people who are saying they're spiritually awakened, YouTubers, content creators across all platforms, not just YouTube, but across all platforms, speaking about spiritual things, spiritual awakening, spiritual concepts, coaching people into spirituality, if you will. And I felt that it has been for quite some time, very watered down, if you will. Very watered down. What this means is something I addressed in my Empowered Divine Feminine vlog most recently. And I can post that here so you can view it if you haven't yet viewed it. But it's people who are at the beginning of their spiritual awakening speaking about spiritual awakening, or people who are at the beginning of their spiritual awakening coaching others into the spiritual awakening. It makes it very watered down, and it makes the topic lack depth. And it also makes a whole host of experts, we're going to put those in quotes, and I'm holding my tea, so I'm not doing both hands. It creates a whole host of experts who haven't mastered themselves. And when I say mastered themselves, it's like they haven't transcended their ego. They haven't been on the spiritual journey for a very long time. They're not meditating daily. They're not really transcending the physical realm in the way that you can come back, if you will, from that awakening and talk about the experience at a deep level. It's just, like I said, it waters down the experience. And so that made me really frustrated when I was thinking about that, because I really do feel that a lot of people, not just twin flames, not just in the twin flame community, across the board, many people are being misguided, and many people are being coached by these self-declared experts, if you will, who haven't really mastered themselves. And it just disturbs me a little bit that that's what's happening. And well, I don't put myself in that category because I've been doing this work, God almighty, I've been doing this work for well over 20 years, probably closer to 30 years. And I do feel that I have reached a certain level. There's always work to do, guys. You're never done. You're not a finished product. I'm never a finished product, but I do believe that I had reached a while back a certain level of cognizance, self-mastery, in order to be able to then accurately coach others in their own spiritual journey. I learned from my gurus, my teachers, for years before I even started. It's not like it was like, one and done. It wasn't in a year that I was ready. I had been developing with my personal teachers, Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. David Simon, Wayne Dyer. Like, it had been many years in the making before I even opened my mouth to try to even talk about any of this. There is a process to spiritual awakening. There is a process to integrating the lessons within yourself. There's a process to mastering the self. And I'm reading a book called Tantra Illuminated to learn more about Tantra tradition. And this is not what it sounds like, because the modern Western tradition of Tantra is usually equated to some sexual positions or the Kama Sutra or things like that. But Tantra itself is a philosophy. It's very, very closely linked to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. They're two different threads. Okay, they're two different threads of kind of the same thing. There is some overlap. I'm reading about Tantric Traditions, and it speaks a lot, just like the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It speaks a lot about self-mastery, right? It speaks a lot about how you master the self and how you become awakened and illuminated in that sense. And it's not happening overnight. It's not happening in a week, a month, a year. It's something that does develop over time. And most people need a guru who is going to guide, who has already mastered everything, and who is going to lead the way, guide the way. They also need hardcore spiritual scriptures or texts, whatever those happen to be, right? It could be the Vedas, if we're speaking about Vedanta. It could be the Tantric texts, right? It could be the Buddhist outlining as the path to enlightenment, for example. So many different paths, right? But something to help guide you along the way in order to, what the the book was saying it's about cross-referencing, right? It's about cross-referencing. Sure, you can go by your own experience and your own awakening and your own intuition, but sometimes you can become disillusioned through that alone. And so when you cross-reference with a master, someone who has mastered themselves, and with scriptures, spiritual texts, and you have all three of those together, then you can keep cross-referencing checks and balances in order to rise up into your illuminated state. So anyways, I felt that on social media, and I still feel on social media, that there's just too much watering down of spirituality, spiritual concepts. And so I don't want to be a part of that. And what does that mean? That means that I really feel that I am serving others better through the written word. I'm serving others better through my books, and then supporting what I've written in the books through videos, right? And occasional videos. So that leads me to frequency of posting on YouTube. And I am currently still writing The Empowered Divine Feminine, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in the 21st Century and Beyond. But I'm still writing The Empowered Divine Feminine, and I need to place my full attention on writing that book. It's just too much posting a lot on YouTube and writing the book, because I need my whole focus on writing this book right now. And so you will see probably 2 videos a week on this channel, and maybe a couple of shorts that are just remixes of old videos, just to prove to you that like all the twin flame content is out there on my channel and you can review it. It's not by viewing old videos that you're like, oh my God, this is so old. It's still relevant. So a couple of videos. So you'll probably see a Monday reading, whether I do Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, or the couple. Now listen, I know some of you out there are like, I don't really like to watch the tarot readings. Let me tell you, I do the coaching inside of the readings. So yes, I'm doing the readings. I'm doing pulling tarot cards, but if you listen and keep an open heart, inside the reading, I'm doing the coaching. And I know some of you are thinking like, oh, sometimes the readings don't resonate with me. Sure, I agree. It's for a collective. But even if 1 minute, 60 seconds of the video of what I am coaching, of a card, of an image, even if 1 minute of the video helps you, then that's relevant for you, right? Even if one word I say in the midst of that tarot reading resonates with your heart, then it's meant for you. So don't delude yourself to think like, oh, it's just a tarot reading. It just doesn't matter what she's doing on this channel. Like, I prefer the coaching videos. It matters because I'm doing the coaching inside the reading, because the reading is helping me get intuitive messages that are pertinent to the collectives that I'm reading for, whether it's Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, or the Twin Flame Collective, like together. And so I'm getting the intuitive messages, but I'm also coaching you through it. So there's that. And then I will do one other video in the week that will be pertinent to the books that I'm writing. So currently we are doing the Twin Flame Union series, and then the Chakra Healing for Vibrant Energy, which is mirroring the Twin Flame material that's in Twin Flame Union. So what I believe that I'll do is I'll alternate. Now that I'm doing 2 videos a week. I will alternate between doing one of the 7 keys, which we're already on key number 5, and then alternate between the chakras, okay? And then I believe after that, what I will likely do is move a little deeper into Heal Yourself or Return to Wholeness. And then by the time that's done, it's likely that the Empowered Divine Feminine will already be out. So then I can start talking about topics for the Empowered Divine Feminine. So I'm very excited about these changes. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about these changes. And I know that the slowing down means like you'll see less videos. You'll probably see less live streams as well. But that's okay because there's so much other content on my channel that you could watch or rewatch, even the spiritual stuff. So I used to do a lot of more spiritually based videos before the twin flame stuff. And I didn't have a lot of following on YouTube, so there was just not a lot of views on those videos. But again, material's still pertinent, right? So I want to thank you guys so much for staying tuned for this long on this update of my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and share it with other friends who might be interested in spiritual content, twin flame content. I appreciate you guys and all your support, and I will see you in the next video.